Hello kind people of YouTube and welcome back to another video. I already did my regular news update for the day earlier, so make sure to check that out if you haven't yet. But right now I just want to talk about one particular rumor piece of news. I'll tell you guys about it and then you can decide what you think is going on here. Now first up, here is an article from Smart.irium that we're gonna read now, but keep in mind a lot of this is unconfirmed information. And we're going to talk about it. Let's just read it first. ACI Worldwide will support XRP's real-time payment system after customers executed $14 trillion in daily transactions. Now that headline is a bit confusing. This sounds like there was some kind of trial going on with XRP where customers executed $14 trillion in daily transactions. Actually, ACI is just a company that supports $14 trillion in daily transactions. ACI is one of the big ones in working with SWIFT. And we're going to find out all about that in a moment, so let's read this. According to reports, Universal Payments Powerhouse ACI Worldwide has revealed that it will support XRP's real-time payment system. Keep in mind here, that report is not linked, that report is not provided, and we have no information about that report, so they could be pulling that out of their ass here. Always important to be careful with articles like this, not to overstate what we actually know. So all of this information unconfirmed. ACI is a network that powers e-payments for more than 5,100 organizations globally. ACI Worldwide gave a hint via its platform. According to the firm, the 1,000 large financial institutions plus thousands of merchants around the world who use its platform will complete transactions worth of $14 trillion in securities daily. Well, yeah, that is just what they do. ACI told its users that it supports about 9% of SWIFT's traffic globally, with approximately 30% of that in the United States. The company went on to add that it offers services to banks that want to leverage SWIFT's GPI. When it comes to XRP, ACI insists that it supports the network's real-time payment system globally. Banks around the world via this platform can then deploy real-time scheme to support GPI, SWIFT, and DLT as well as via intermediate transactions. This is actually not what they're saying. And here we get to the issue with this article completely overstating the facts. I'm now going to show you what this article is actually referring to, in addition to dubious reports that aren't being elaborated on or linked or provided in any way. They're talking about this. This is the official ACI Worldwide website. And on here, on their ACI and SWIFT page, this is where all the information from this article comes from, pretty much. All the numbers, 9% of global SWIFT traffic, 30% in the US, and all the 1,100 banks. All this information, everything coming from this page here. Not from a press release or anything, just from this page, not an announcement, just on their website. And the only mention of anything to do with Ripple or XRP is this. And let's read this sentence out here. ACI also supports real-time schemes around the world, meaning that any bank can use real-time payment systems to support SWIFT, FIN, GPI, DLT, e.g. Ripple, wire, and immediate payments. So let's for a moment go back to this article and finish reading it, and then I'll talk about what I think is actually going on here. And yeah. In recent months, XRP has won over big companies and banks to its side. With its launch of the XRapid amidst a host of tools, it is safe to say that XRP is growing steadily. You wouldn't be wrong to say XRP is disrupting the cross-border payment ecosystem beyond expectations. Currently, the big banks have started deploying Ripple tools to complete payments in order to reduce the cost of transactions. This move will also increase the speed at which payments complete. The relationship between XRP and ACI is big in the history of blockchain because ACI Worldwide and SWIFT are partners, with both parties depending on each other to ensure seamless payments. The rumor that XRP and SWIFT will enter a partnership died at the CBOS conference. It was halted following reports that there wasn't any announcement about the partnership between both sides. SWIFT added that its users are not ready to use XRP's distributed ledger technology. Okay, now, as we see here, this article makes very, very large claims, but I think you have to be very careful with this article and with Smart.irium in general. This is very much a hype page that will pretty much post anything that gets views regardless of if it's based in reality or not. Now, there is a kernel of truth and fact that we can establish here, and that is that ACI on its website mentioned Ripple by name. That is all the information we actually have. Smart.irium here talks about reports. Where are those reports? Who are they by? Who were they made to? Where have they been released? No information on those reports. And then pretty much all the information in this entire article that is presented as if it came from those reports is just information from the ACI website that they have rephrased, and some of it they've even misunderstood. So don't pay too much attention to this article. What is definitely going on here, and this we can say for sure, is that Ripple is on the radar of this big part of the Swift network. They are giving Ripple here as the example for DLT. This doesn't necessarily mean that a direct collaboration with Ripple is going on here. And this furthermore does not mean that anything is happening with XRP. That is all speculation or rumor based on very little information. All we can say for sure right now here is that ACI on their website, and apparently this website was actually last updated in the middle of September, and no one has noticed it until these articles appeared. All we know is that when they are listing the technologies that they support, they are using Ripple as the example for distributed ledger technologies in general. This doesn't necessarily mean that they support Ripple, that they have anything going on with Ripple themselves, that they are involved in any way with Ripple's products or using them. What this does mean is they feel like DLT is not self-explanatory enough yet, that they need to name an example here. That could be all that is going on here. Don't get too excited. Potentially, this could be something. This could absolutely be something. This could be a hint that ACI is working with Ripple on routing some of Swift's global payments through Ripple's technologies with or without the XRP token. That is absolutely a potential possibility here. But based on the information we have, anyone who tells you that that is what is going on here is overhyping the information. Be wary there. Now, this means Ripple is now so important that it's on the radar of large companies that are working with Swift, that are dealing in trillions of payments every single day. And if they were to adopt Ripple in any capacity, even in a minor capacity, even just X-current, that would probably work miracles for Ripple as a company and for the XRP token. But based on what we have here, no such thing can quite be said here. Now, if Smart Ethereum actually does have access to reports that they haven't published, that we can't have access to right now, and if those reports actually say these things, then yes, this is real, this is happening. But right now, they appear to have taken this website and completely overstated what it actually says. Completely. All the information in the article comes from this website directly, and everything else seems to be a misunderstanding of this sentence here in particular. Them naming Ripple as an example for DLT that would be supported. They're saying here that DLT is supported, not necessarily that Ripple itself is supported. But Ripple as an example of DLTs. This could mean that they're getting ready or already are using Ripple in some way, are compatible with it. It could also just mean that they thought Ripple would be the example of DLTs that people are most familiar with. And that, that they are open to supporting it, but that there is not currently any kind of collaboration or partnership going on. Now, this, like I said multiple times now, this could very well turn out to be a partnership of some kind. They could very well be supporting Ripple in international payments, but any article that claims $14 trillion or implies that $14 trillion a day are going to flow through Ripple's technologies, especially if they're implying that XRP will be used, there is no mention of XRP anywhere here. Nobody has mentioned XRP. Anyone who brings up XRP here and claims they know that is either working based on secret information that hasn't been put out, like those alleged reports, or is just pulling it out of their ass. But let's just assume that something is going on here. What would that mean for Ripple? Now, even assuming that they just do the bare minimum and that they're just supporting X-current, so X-current doesn't necessarily use the XRP token, just assuming that they integrate support for that and aren't going to use it specifically, but just supporting it when banks want to use it, that would probably already be a major boost to Ripple as a company. Might not necessarily do anything to the XRP token, but just looking at just how big they are, and this is where we see where more of that information is coming from. ACI Worldwide, a publicly traded company on the Nasdaq, $1 billion in revenue, 4,100 employees, working with 18 of the top 20 banks worldwide, 300 leading retailers, 3,600 organizations, 1,500 banks in 80 plus countries. Now, even if they just were to integrate Ripple's technologies in a really minor way, that would be absolutely enormous, because that would be direct access to this massive network here. Now, going further, if they were to integrate XVIA or XRapid and using the XRP token, even if just a small percentage of those 9% of global SWIFT traffic that they're dealing with would be rerouted through Ripple's technologies, through XVIA, XRapid, using the XRP token, that would probably shoot the price of the XRP token up into the tens of dollars, if not more, pretty much immediately. So that could be absolutely enormous, and I'm not ruling it out as a possibility here. Just all we have right now, all that we can actually verify, is this one sentence here that could be construed as them just mentioning Ripple as an example of DLTs in general that people might be most familiar with. So don't read too much into this yet, not until we have more information at least. And with this having been online for over a month and no news having come out from anyone about this, no particular statements, no announcements from Ripple or from ACI about this, I wouldn't get my hopes up too much that this actually means anything here. This to me just looks like ACI saying they are future-proof, they are ready to accommodate DLTs, and that Ripple is an example of that. Whether they are specifically accommodating Ripple or not is another question, but I'm not personally reading any kind of collaboration or partnership into this yet. This could be an early hint of one, but don't get overexcited. That's what I keep trying to tell people. There is a lot of great stuff going on with Ripple and XRP. Just earlier today, I reported on a new collaboration with a Czech bank, a Czech payment processor, which in the video I said that information wasn't verified yet. Two kind people have linked me to Czech articles from actual Czech news sources that seem to verify the information, so that seems to be going on. We just got good Ripple news today, so a lot of good stuff is happening. Focus on the things that you definitely know are going on, because if we get hyped too much for things that might be happening, that we have a tiny hint of, we might get carried away, and that could backfire significantly. So be careful, guys. Just wanted to talk about this for a few minutes. There might be something going on here, but don't listen to the way some crypto pages are overhyping the very little information we have here. Now, like I said, if Smart Ethereum or any other page reporting on this has access to reports with additional information that aren't on the ACI website, and if those reports actually contain that they will support XRP's real-time payment system, first of all, there is no XRP's real-time payment system, Ripple's real-time payment system, some of them using XRP. But this whole article is full of grammatical errors and stuff like that anyway. So, but yeah, don't listen to the hype too much. Ripple is incredibly promising, and so is the XRP token, and there is so much going on there. But articles like this really overstate the little information we have, and unless they can verify the content from these reports and give some more information about that, this seems to me like they just severely overinterpreted this website. So be careful about this kind of stuff. There's a lot of overhyping going on in the crypto world, and we have enough real huge things going on, in my opinion, so that we don't need to do this. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna end this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like my videos, make sure to subscribe. I put out videos every single day, usually like a 30-minute news and market update where I discuss everything that's been going on that day, and sometimes extra videos like this. If you really like my channel, there's ways to support it in the description. Also, I have social media pages, also linked in the description. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.